The cure for the common Monday is here. We welcome in Matt Melzak from the Toledo Walleye. Matt, thanks for joining me.
Hey, good to see you, Sherwin. Looking forward to a new year coming up.
Absolutely. But before we get to the new year, let's talk about the hockey that was. Toledo Walleye had a successful weekend, finishing 2-1.
Yeah, really, and actually 2-0-1 when you think about it. You look at points sometimes in hockey. There was a possible 6 points available in those 3 games. The game against Iowa, the game against Indy, and the game to finish off the weekend against Cincinnati. There were 6 possible points out there. Toledo gets 5 of them. I think you take that a lot of times over the course of the year. And really the way it all finished for the weekend, you're even more excited that you got 5 out of 6.
Yeah, let's start with the Iowa game. It was a barn burner, if you want to call it that. A comfort behind to force overtime, went to a shutout. Yeah,
it goes all the way to a shootout. You're right. And in that shootout, Toledo's successful. How about that? They're unbelievably, the games that have ended in overtime, they're 0-4. The 2 games that have gone past overtime, through the 7-minute 3-on-3, nobody scoring, Toledo's 2-0. So they've got the shootout thing figured out. Now it's figuring out the overtime side of things.
Brandon Hawkins, the player that Mark said was on a skid, really came back scoring 2 goals.
We did have a little fun with that, and he did as well. Went to social media and said, hey, were you listening to Matt at all? Some guy said he'd be fine. And then what does he do? He goes goal Friday, 2 goals Saturday, 2 goals Sunday. Brandon Hawkins, no problem. Now he's up to 17 goals, and all of a sudden he's on pace for another big year. He's too good of a goal scorer. When you look at the back of his hockey card, it tells you there's seasons like a 40-goal run last year and 34 the year prior. He's going to get there. It's just, maybe there's some stretches where it's not going to go well for him. I wasn't worried about it. One of the reasons why I said it to Mark was he was still getting 4 to 6 shots a game. And if he's in that range, he's putting pucks on the net with how well he can shoot it. As we saw Sunday, Sherwin, the guy can absolutely bury it, and he did.
Absolutely. 2 goals on Sunday as well. It was Marvel Superheroes night. They started from behind, and then the Avengers kind of assembled to get him back into it.
Yeah, they did. How about that late finish? A great finish over the last 2 minutes. 2:09 to go. You're down 5-3. You get 2 goals. Hunter Johannes gets his first professional goal on a good deflection right in front. And then 21 seconds later, boom, Brandon Hawkins, top corner of the net for a great goal there. So it was a great way to come away and get a point. Unfortunately, you lose the game in overtime, but you do grab that point, and that's a good thing.
The Gauntlet continues over the next couple days. We have 2 away, 2 at home for next week.
Yeah, it's going to Cincinnati, and you could tell Cincinnati playing certainly a lot better than we saw them a month earlier. They're a much better team now. They've got a lot of guys down contract-wise. Via the American Hockey League. They had 9 in the lineup on Sunday, and it just looked like a different hockey team. So that's going to be a tough test. They're going to have a huge crowd on Tuesday night. They draw somewhere in the neighborhood. It's going to be well over 10,000 for them in that game on Tuesday night. And then going to Fort Wayne, always a tough place to play. First time this year for Toledo in both Cincinnati and Fort Wayne, so that'll be interesting. And then getting Fort Wayne at home on Saturday, and then finishing off with a good Kalamazoo team as well to kind of finish off that week. It's going to be a busy week, Sherwin, and this little stretch continues for Toledo.
That's right. It'll be Peanuts nights against Kalamazoo.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't have your tickets now, I suggest you head to ToledoWalleye.com and get them.
Next week, the Avengers of Mark and Matt will be back. Thanks so much for joining and have fun with me tonight.
I did. Sherwin, thank you so much.